Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to show you a super cool puzzle where black's pieces are completely blocked in and you have to find the winning idea for white. So it's white to move here and win, and white's pawn is going up the board and black's pawn is coming down the board. So as I said, it's white's move here and the goal is to win this position. Really quickly, just take a moment and look at the configuration of these pawns. Right? These are all unable to move because everything is currently blocked up on this side of the board. The king can't move, the queen can't move, the knight, all the jumping squares are occupied. The same for the rook, both rooks, and this knight and bishop. So really, it's kind of crazy to see all of these pieces and pawns are immobile. If it were black's move right now, which it's not, it's white's move, but if it were, they would have only two things they could move. So keep that in mind while you're searching for the solution. While you're doing that, let me just quickly encourage you to subscribe if you have not yet already. Half of the income that I earn in this channel goes directly to charity. So if you love chess and love helping other people, this is the channel for you. All right, so let's talk about what's happening in this position. If you get really eager and say, hey, I want to just promote to a queen, and I'm going to try to swoop in here somehow and attack, that's not really going to work because black is currently threatening to promote this. Not necessarily just to promote, it's to promote with check and unleash all of the pieces. Now everything can start breaking out, right? The bishop can give a check here on e3, like this. The rook can come out. The knight can start moving. So really this pawn move can be thought as a clearance move. It can be thought of as in that way. More as a clearance instead of a queen, I guess I should say. So great. So now that you know that they're threatening this, does that change how you think about the potential solution? Well, you might say, hey, that's fine because if I promote to maybe like a knight, I can try to hop in and give checkmate while you're taking my pieces over here. And that's a good idea, but remember your king would be in check. So if I play d1 equals queen, and that's a check, even though I want to jump this knight in and give checkmate, it's a great idea, but it doesn't quite work because I'm going to be forced to take this. And what happens? You just get the kitchen sink thrown at you. You can play bishop e3. You can play rook d2. I have an engine right next to me, bishop d1. Bishop takes d1 is the best move according to the computer. That's crazy. Look at this position. These rooks are just staring these squares down. And even if I make a move like this, it's okay because I have checks as black. Right? If I make a move as white, something like knight f7, with the intention of coming in here and giving mate, you might understand that this is not going to be good because this is actually going to be mate. Just look just for a second. Look at how crazy this position can get. You can first give a check. Rook d2 is the best move. Look at this. This is an engine line. This is why I love looking at engines because they're just beautiful. And if you keep trying to run in here to give mate, you don't quite get the chance. Look at that. One move away. Look at this. The knight is one move away. c2. Check. And what is that doing? Well, the king has to go to f4. And now, rook d4. Look at this. Look at this. The king is getting ran down. Look at this. Boom. You can tell I'm excited, can't you? Look at all that. And that's a queen. And that's mate. You can even promote to a bishop. Just to give you a sense of what you can and can't do. Okay, well, all that being said, what is the first move? Well, if you haven't gotten it yet, I'm going to tell you right now so it's your last chance to pause. Okay, the one and only move here is rook d1. Now, why is it rook d1? Isn't that just a free rook? Well, yes, it is a free rook, and what I just did as white is I just moved all of these pieces, right? All these pieces can't move, right? I just mentioned that. Well, I said these two can. Well, now I limited the pieces that can move from 2 to just 1, which means you have to either take me or you have to move somewhere else on this diagonal or this diagonal. Well, let's just assume you take me because that's the critical line. Well, I can promote to a knight and my intention is to come in here, hop, hop, and hop for mate. But black has this pawn. They can play bishop e2. And say, hey, I'm going to promote this pawn, and that will give you check. And you say, yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that if you're white, because you're never going to get a chance to promote that pawn. white can play rook d1 again. Now, what's the point of this? Why am I giving up squares on giving up squares? Why am I giving up pieces on d1? The idea is time. I am buying time. Bishop takes rook, and that buys me a move. That move is knight f7. That's getting me one step closer to b5 because I'm trying to checkmate the king on a3. Now, black understands this, and black goes, okay, fine. Bishop e2. I'm going to promote this pawn. I'm going to promote it. And you say, that's fine. I'll put my queen on d1. I'll put my queen right on a square where you can take it. Black can take it again, and you can play knight d6. And now, the end might seem clear. Just as a cool bonus, there's a cool mate in 2 that will happen here after this move. Could you find the cool mate in 2? It's like a side bonus puzzle here. If you can, let me know. So, in this position, they're saying, hey, I'm going to promote this pawn. They never get the chance because knight b5 is checkmate. Smothered mate. That hurts. Now, here's the other bonus puzzle for you. After this move, if the bet was, hey, I bet you I'm going to promote this pawn, sure, you can play king c5, and no matter what they do next, it's still checkmate. They can promote to anything, a queen, let's say, and you can play knight b5 mate, and you win this position despite the fact that you are down 42 points of material. Isn't that a cool, fun fact of this puzzle? So, just to go back all the way, the whole point is to continue to buy time by sacrificing your pieces on d1. Such a cool theme. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, subscribe, share the video. All that stuff helps me out so much, and it helps out charity. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much. Bye.